kids, welcome to Arts Corner. I'm Sister Azra and I'm going to be sharing some creative art pieces that you can try at home that will inshallah remind you about important lessons that we can all learn from the tragedy of Karbala. Today we're going to be making a Karbala rainbow. And when I say rainbow, I'm sure you're a little surprised, because normally rainbows are things that we paint or think about at happy times, and the months of Muharram and Safar are not happy times at all. In fact, when we think about how tragic everything was in Karbala and after that, our hearts feel really heavy. We shed tears and we're so sad. We mourn, we wear black clothes. It's a really, really sad time. But there is one little thing that gives us lots and lots of hope. When we think about all the people who were killed in Karbala, Allah promises us that because they died in the love of Allah, He will look after them. Let's look at the Holy Quran. If we open the Quran at the third surah, Surah Ali Imran, and look at ayahs number 169 and 170, this is what Allah promises. He says, "Do not suppose those who were slain in the way of Allah to be dead. Rather, they are living and provided for near their Lord, exulting in what Allah has given them out of His grace, and rejoicing for those who have not yet joined them from those left behind them." So we know that all the shuhada, all the martyrs of Karbala, are in the love and mercy of Allah. He is looking after them and providing for them, and they are happy for us. So we're going to make this Karbala rainbow as a reminder of Allah's mercy that He showers upon all the shuhada of Karbala. So what are we going to need? Well, we're going to need some A3 black card and lots of paint. It's going to be really colourful. We'll need purple, blue, turquoise, green, yellow, orange, red and white. So let's get started. First, we're going to need a big yellow sun, because we know that all rainbows are created when there's sun and when there's rain. So you will draw the sun. You're doing it in black because you're going to go over it in paint eventually. This is just to guide you. But we're also going to need some raindrops, because it's rain and sun combined that makes that rainbow. So we'll have some blue drops in the corner here eventually. So now we know how much space we have for our rainbow. Now we're also going to have some clouds, and the clouds are going to represent those who were left behind and who were tortured in the prisons of Sham. We're going to have a big cloud here for Imam Zainul Abidin and all the women and children. And we're going to have two smaller clouds here for two ladies, two really important ladies who helped Imam Zainul Abidin to establish majalis and to help us to remember the story of Karbala. One for Sayyida Zainab and one for Bibi Kulthum. Okay, so now we're going to get started drawing our colours. So when you draw your rainbow, you're going to need 8 strips for your colours. It really doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same size each, as long as it fits on. And there we have our rainbow. Right, so let's get started with our bright yellow sun. You're going to take your yellow paint and you're going to fill the space that you've drawn in the corner right there. Lots and lots of paint. You'll need lots of paint because we need it to show up really nicely on the black card. Once you've done that, you can draw the rays. And these rays represent Allah's love and mercy as he looks after those that have died in his way, just as he promised us. There we go. So, we now are going to do some drops of rain. Again, Allah's mercy showering down on the Shuhada of Karbala. So you're going to take your blue paint and you're going to do your drops of rain. Just like that. You can do as many drops as you want. I think I'm going to add just one more. Nice big drops of Allah's mercy. Okay. Well, now we're ready to start with the rainbow. So the first colour that we need is purple. So you're going to take your purple paint and you're going to start in that top arch right there. There we go, that's looking great already. And the next colour we're going to have is blue. Now we have to be careful at this stage that the colours don't get mixed up. If they do, it's really not a problem at all. We're just going to try our best. Got a nice deep blue colour there, all the way around. And all the way down. There we go. Next, we'll have turquoise. This is a nice bright colour. Again, you want to use lots and lots of the paint because it's often difficult to paint on black because the colour's absorbed. So lots and lots of paint. There we go, we've got turquoise. So we'll take our green paint now and do the next arch in the rainbow. There we go. The next colour we're going to use is yellow. Then we have a nice bright orange. And last of all, we have red. And I'm going to make this really nice and thick because red for me is a colour that always reminds me of Karbala. Now what we're going to do is paint the clouds, and we're going to paint them in white. So you're going to take your white paint and you're going to fill them in just like this. So for this I've used a fine paintbrush because I want to make sure I get the outline of the clouds just right. There we go. So you've got your two smaller clouds there, and then you can move on to the big one. It's still a good idea to stick with the fine paintbrush because again you want the outline to look really nice and fluffy. Sometimes it's a good idea to do the outline first because then you can fill it in with paint much easier. And you know that you're sticking to the shape that you want. There we go. And finally, I'm going to write a heading at the top of the paper. I'm going to write Karbala rainbow, and I'm going to do it in white so it stands out really well. Again, I'm going to use the fine paintbrush so that the letters are nice and clear. So we've got Karbala right there. So we've waited patiently for the paint to dry, and inshallah this is what our Karbala rainbow looks like now. And it's ready for us to write on some of the Shuhada of Karbala. So the one that we're going to write in the purple strip is the companions, Imam Hussein's companions. So you take your black pen and you're going to write that on. And that shows up really nicely right there. Next, in the dark blue strip, we're going to write Aun and Muhammad. The next one we're going to write is Qasim. And then we will write Abbas, for Hazrat Abbas. Next we have Hazrat Ali Akbar. And then we have little Ali Asghar. And last of all, we have Imam Hussain. Now don't forget, the clouds are representing those who were left behind and had to endure so much difficulty in Sham and on that journey too. So for the biggest cloud, first of all, we'll have Imam Zainul Abidin and all the women and children. And then on the smaller clouds over here, we're going to have baby Zainab. And then we will have baby Kulthum. And there we have our Karbala rainbow, which brings alive the promise of Allah that those who die in His way will be looked after and will have His love and mercy always. And that's a real reassurance and hope for us. I hope you enjoy making this at home. Do send us pictures of your creations. You can tweet us at Ahlul Bayt TV. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.